Hello everybody and welcome to another episode. In today's episode I am going to show you how to replace the GlowPlugs and also the GlowPlugs relay on any Mercedes Benz Vito from the year 1999 to 2003. So as you can see, the car which I'm working on today is a Mercedes Benz Vito with the engine 2.2 CDI or 112 CDI. So as you can see, this is the engine and this is the GlowPlug relay, which is located right here in the right side next to the headlight. And to reach the glow plugs on this car, you'll have to remove the intake manifold and the EGR valve first. As you can see, right here I have the new spark plugs, I mean the new glow plugs, which I'm going to install on the car. Also, right here I have the new glow plugs relay. On this car, this glow plug relay is a little bit expensive. It will be around $100 or 100 euros, depending from where you will buy it. And it's a very good idea to replace it every time you replace the glow plugs on your car or the spark plugs on your car. So as you can see right here, I have the infos for this car, and for example, this is the type of the engine which this car has. This is the car which I'm working on today, and right here at the bottom, if you want to remove the glow plugs and if you want to tighten them back into the engine, you'll have to tighten each glow plug to 20 Newton meters. This is where I'm taking the notes, and also this is how I know how to tighten every bolt on the car which I'm working on these days. Okay everybody, so to begin the job on this car, what you'll have to do first is to remove the intake manifold along with the EGR valve from the engine. So to do so, what you have to do is to remove all the bolts from the top of the intake manifold. Then you'll have to remove the huge pipe which is going from the air filter into the turbine, and then you'll have a few bolts underneath the intake manifold in the back of the engine. But all of these bolts are very easy to reach. All of these bolts can be removed from any position. You don't have to use any special tools. You'll have to use an 8mm socket and a 10mm socket, and also I think an E8 or an E10, something like that. But you'll have to figure out for yourself on your car. From here, just follow what I'm doing. It's a very easy and fast job, but if the glow plugs haven't been replaced in a while on this car or on any other car, it will be very hard to remove them, and you will have to be very careful to not break them into the engine. And if you do break them, you'll have to take them to a special shop, or if you have some special tools, you will be able to remove the broken glow plugs from the engine if you have to. From here, just follow what I'm doing. It's a very easy job. As you can see, you'll have to remove the top pipe. It's securing in 2 bolts, which you'll have to use a 10mm socket to remove them. After that, you'll have to remove all of these bolts from right here. Then you'll have to remove 2 bolts which are securing the EGR valve mounted to the engine, and also 2 more bolts which is securing the EGR pipe mounted to the engine. So I hope you all are able to remove them very easy. In my case, as also, everything was going very smoothly. In my case, I removed all the bolts which I have to remove, and from here I will have to lift the intake manifold up and remove it from the engine. You'll have to push away the pipe from the oil cap, and after that you'll have to drag it underneath this vacuum pipe, and you'll be able to remove it from the engine. Also, from this point, you can also remove the EGR completely from the intake manifold and clean the EGR on this car. In my case, I'm not going to clean them because I already cleaned them a few weeks ago when the car came to my shop. Moving forward, what I recommend all to do is to take something, maybe some rags, maybe a piece of cloth, and cover the holes from the intake manifold, because you don't want to work on the car and make something fall into the engine, into those holes. So it's safer to cover them, and in this way you can go ahead and work on the car very safely. So as you can see, from here, from this position, this is where the glow plugs are mounted on this car. This is where the glow plugs are installed on this car, right here next to the injectors. You'll have to remove all of these little plastic connectors. You'll have to lift them up, and in this way you'll be able to reach the glow plugs and remove them very easy from the engine. As you can see, those are the glow plugs on this car right here. This is, for example, the connector which is going over the glow plug. And to remove those connectors, you'll have to use a long set of pliers to reach them, and you'll have to put them away. After that, you'll have to take a 10mm socket and remove each glow plug from the engine. Another thing which I recommend all to do before trying to work on the car is to drive the car a little bit until it will reach the normal temperature, until it will reach 90 degrees Celsius. And only after that you can go ahead and start removing all the parts and remove the glow plugs from the engine. Because if the engine is hot, the metal will expand a little bit and it will make the glow plugs come out a little bit easier. In some cases this will help very much, but in some cases this will not help with anything. So if you want, you can take my advice, and if you don't want, you can do whatever you want. So as you can see right here, I removed the connector from the glow plugs. In my case, I drove the car a little bit before trying to work on the engine, so the engine is still hot. I mean, it's not very hot, but the engine is warm. So with the engine warmed up, it will be a little bit easier for me to remove the glow plugs. But even if the engine is hot, as you can see, the glow plugs are coming out very hard in my case. I will speed up the video a little bit just to show you guys how much I struggle to remove these glow plugs without breaking them. I recommend all to use a lot of WD-40 and put over the glow plugs, because in this way it will help them a little bit and it will penetrate the threads, and in some cases it will help you to remove them a little bit easier. And finally, probably in my case, for example, I was able to remove all of the glow plugs. I didn't break any glow plug and I replaced them with brand new ones. But in your case, probably you won't be so lucky, because on this car the owner told me he never replaced the glow plugs in the last, I think, 100,000 kilometers, something like that. He never replaced them, and this is why I figure out they were coming out so hard. But from here, just follow what I'm doing, follow my steps, and you'll be good to go. Right here, this is the glow plug number 3 on this engine, and also this is the first glow plug which I'm trying to remove from this engine and show you guys. So as you can see, the glow plug is not coming out from the hole. Even if I unscrew it completely from the threads, the glow plug is still not coming out. So because the owner didn't replace it when it was needed, the glow plug built up a lot of carbon from underneath and a lot of debris, and this is why it's stuck into the engine. But the only way to remove it is to pull it out very hard with a long set of pliers, like I'm doing right here. Also, I recommend all to use some WD-40, and eventually it will come out from its place. As you can see, eventually the glow plug did come out from the engine. The threads are looking very good. I didn't destroy the threads or something like that, so everything is good to go. From here, all I have to do is to install the new one back into the engine. Also, I recommend all to use some special paste to use some special sealant for injectors and also from glow plugs, and rub it over the glow plug and over the threads, because in this way, in the next time when you will want to remove them or replace them, it will be a little bit easier, and the special silicone or paste, or doesn't matter how you want to call it, it will prevent them from getting stuck into the engine. Okay everybody, so as you can see, I already installed the new glow plug back into the engine. I used the special paste which I told you earlier, and I tied it to 15 Newton meters. In my opinion, I think this glow plug on this engine don't need 20 Newton meters. I think 15 Newton meters it's perfectly fine. You don't have to over tight them, because this engine, for example, this car, it's very old. The owner did a lot of mileage with it, and I don't want to destroy the threads or destroy the glow plugs from this engine. Okay everybody, so far I already removed the first 3 glow plugs from this engine, and I installed the glow plug number 2 and 3 back into the engine, and right now I'm going to show you all how to install the glow plug number 1 back into the engine into the correct way. So as you can see, right here in the right side is the glow plug number 3, then right here in the middle, so in the left side, is the glow plug number 2, and right here in the left side completely, I hope you all are able to see the hole. This is where the glow plug number 1 will go into the engine. This is the hole from the glow plug number 1. Right here I have the new glow plug for this engine. This is the glow plug number 1, like I told you earlier. This is a special paste which I'm using for the injectors and also for the glow plugs. And if you want to buy a paste like this, you'll have to go to any auto part shop and you'll have to ask for it, and they will give it to you very nicely. Okay everybody, as you can see, this is the amount of paste which I'm going to rub over the glow plug. You'll have to spread it around, you'll have to put it everywhere, but you don't have to put it at the tip of the glow plug. So you have to put it only on the metal part where the threads are and in the middle part. And from there you'll have to put it back into the engine, and you'll have to tighten it to 15 Newton meters. Or 20, doesn't matter. If you want to tighten it to 20 Newton meters, like the owner told you to do, you can do it just fine. But in my case, I'm only going to tighten it to 15 Newton meters, because this is what I think it's best for this car, in my opinion, and in this case. Okay everybody, so I already replaced the glow plug number 4. So in my case, on this car, I replaced all the glow plugs, and from here what I have to do next is to replace the glow plug relay, which is mounted right here in 2 screws. You'll have to use a 10mm socket to remove the 2 bolts which are securing the glow plug relay mounted to the car, and you'll also have to remove the 3 connectors which are going into the glow plug relay. As you can see, in my case, I finished replacing the glow plugs and also the glow plug relay on this car. It wasn't a very hard job, but it was a little bit risky with the glow plugs because in some cases they can break into the engine and they can cause a lot of trouble. After that, all I have to do is to assemble the intake manifold and the rest of the parts back onto the engine as it was before. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video and found it informative, please leave a like and a comment down below. See you next time.